All right, we're going to be working on ankle mobility and decompression, as well as core and hip mobility and decompression. This is a good pre or post activity movement situation for you. So let's bang it out. All right, here are the things that you're going to need to get this done. Something to loop around your foot, hand towel, bath towel, even a shirt will do, okay? And a foam roller. No foam roller, no problem. Get creative. Use something that's solid and cylindrical, and you're in for a treat, okay? So let's get to it. So I'm going to go through each movement for the ankles, and you'll do 20 reps of everything that I show you. Then you can press pause and knock it out on both sides, okay? So find something to sit on where you have a little bit of ankle hanging off the end, okay? You get your support here, and you're going to do plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. So calf and shin, okay? You knock out 20 of those, okay? Then from there, you're going to do inward and external rotation, just like that, okay? So I keep basic pressure on the towel, and I've got a little inward and outward turn of my ankle, and I do 20 of those, okay? Finally, I'll do 10 rotations, big circles one way, and 10 big circles the other, okay? So do that with both sides, press pause, and then come back to me. Like I said, no foam roller, no problem. Find something, your Yeti, whatever, your aluminum water bottle, something, all right? And you're on the floor, and you're going to put it right behind the knee, okay? Then I'm up, so I'm in kind of a crab walk situation. I'm making sure that my foot is relaxed, and I'm going to roll that calf, and I'm going to roll it all the way down to my Achilles. And then I go back the way I came. And I'm trying hard to keep my foot relaxed. And I'm starting at the outside part, so I'm catching that outside part of my calf. I'm going to roll up and down it slow, and then I'm going to move more toward the center, and I do the same thing. And if I find a particularly painful spot, I'm going to pause on it. There's a tough spot right there. And while I'm on that painful spot, I'm going to kind of roll laterally over that painful spot. It's got to be slow, and your foot has to be relaxed. I'm kind of supporting myself with my arms, okay? So you get the point. You're going to turn it inward a little bit, and you're going to roll again all the way up, almost behind the knee, all the way down to the Achilles, okay? So slow, deliberate, do that on each side, pause, and come back to me. All right, so you did your calves, okay? Don't neglect your shins. So you stay off of your tibia, okay? You move just to the outside of it. You find that soft tissue of your anterior tibialis. You've got your cylindrical object, okay? And you're gonna dig in, and you're gonna rub and decompress that shin muscle, okay? Stay off of your shin, okay? You are on the muscle only, okay? And if you got shorts on, no big deal. You can do the same thing, all right? And downward pressure, and you get that anterior tibialis. Like I'm digging in pretty good here, and you feel that blood flow going to that muscle, okay? So we just decompress that shin. Make about 6 or 7 passes on each side. Press pause, come back to me. All right, so you decompressed your calf and your shin, right? So now we go back to our original mobility work that we did, okay? You got your towel, and you do another set of 20, right? So you should feel greater range of motion here. It should be easier to do, and you should be able to get farther, right? So 20 of these, 20 of the inward and outward rotation, 10 circles one way, 10 circles the other, okay? And you do that for both sides. And you've got a nice little mobility work there, and it costs you next to nothing. All right, this core move here is a little more challenging, okay? Once again, you don't need anything here except the floor and either a foam roller or your sturdy cylindrical object, okay? So you're here, just like so, feet are just outside the hips, and you're going to be doing some windshield wipers with your knees. So look, I work to get my knee down toward my heel, and then I go the other direction, and I get my, I'm stiff that way, knee down on my heel that way, all right? So the side view, look, you feel your abs are engaged, you're going to feel the obliques, low back, hips, all kinds of things. Pivot and pivot. My core is called into work. My obliques are called into work. My hips are called into work, and I have to balance as well. So you're working to keep your feet in the same place. You're not picking them up and moving them. Your heels are affixed to the ground. Rotate and rotate, just like that, okay? So we knock out 20 of those, 10 per side. Press pause, knock that out, come back to me for some decompression. All right, time for some decompression. So check this out. You've got this. Now, find your hip bone, and you're going to move immediately south of that on some soft tissue, okay? That's where you're going to be lying on this. So you catch the soft tissue of the hip flexor, soft tissue of the TFL, and the soft tissue of your glute med. So once you're in position, all you have to do is rotate the body a little bit, okay? Check it out. I put this on its side. I find my hip bone. I move south of it, and my whole body weight is on this now, okay? I'm able to just turn, and I catch the hip flexor. No big deal. And I hold it for a few seconds. And I do the same thing, totally on my side, and I find that TFL where the IT band, the piriformis, the glute med, hip flexor all come together, okay? I stay there for a while, and then I roll toward that glute med and where the piriformis is, and I just stay there. And this is the most tender right now for me, okay? So find a spot, each of those spots, hold it for 10 to 15 seconds, and then roll back through and start over again, okay? So you'll do the same thing on the other side. Find your hip bone, move south of the hip bone, lie upon it, okay? And decompress. Hold for about 10 to 15 seconds forward on the hip flexor, 10 to 15 seconds on that TFL, okay? And 10 to 15 seconds on that glute med. Your leg is heavy and relaxed. Should not be on any of your bones, okay? You're on soft tissue here, okay? So knock out both sides, press pause, and then you're going back to those windshield wipers that we did a second ago. Okay, so I did all that decompression. So now this move that was difficult a little bit ago should be much easier for me. It's definitely a little easier to roll to my left, and it was harder the last time. So it's easier for me to get down this way, okay? You knock out 20 of those, 10 per side, and then we have one more thing to do, and that is this stretch right here where I'm lying down on my back, and I pick my leg up, and over I go. I hold it for a few seconds, and I'm back to where I came from. You do 10 of those on each side, and you got yourself a nice little warm-up. So it took me longer to demonstrate this than it will for you to knock this out. This should take you 5 minutes or less. Cool?